Hey everybody, it's Mark Ruggiero here, Clark Commando 1983, and more importantly, it's me wanting to do another video. This will be part 3 of my Battle of the Bulge 81 from Avalon Hill, Learn to Play After Action Report. And what better way to deal with cancer than, I can't get the whole thing in the damn picture, than remembering that when I was 12 years old, I played this game. And now here I am, haven't played it since high school, 40 years later. And we're going to relive to the best of my ability with my love and passion of wargaming. December 16th, 4 a.m., 1944. The Germans' last desperate offensive. How many bulge games have we played? And in my last video, I went over the optional rules I'm using. And I went over a few other different aspects. Video 1, I did comments, general stuff. And I think, an important part of my journey is this part of my heart and soul here, guys, is wargaming. And I want to play Time of Trumpets from GMT, Walked on Rhine from SPI. And I'm still hoping to beat this damn thing, but it's pancreatic cancer, but I don't know what's going to happen in the next few months. And today is September 26, 2023. And one of the reasons I keep doing these videos is A, to share the love of wargaming. Hope you learned something. And to share my journey with you guys, to be honest. And ladies. I believe there's at least one or two that watch. At least one, I think. And, wargaming has been such an integral part of my life. Saturday, I'm going to play some Tactical Combat Series with David Greenwood, a new friend that's been immeasurable help, helping me sell my collection. Still buying stuff here and there. Still got on pre-order my Compass Games Last Gamble, which is a remake of Hitler's Last Gamble. I've got hundreds of games I got to get rid of. My oldest son wants my ASL, so he'll get that. I may sell off some of the scenario packs, but he's got that. Even though he doesn't play, I think he wants that for his memories. Yeah, anyways, I don't mean to be heavy. I want to make this fun and exciting and share. So what I'm going to do here is I got my camera set up so directly in front of me, so hopefully I don't cause a disaster and knock it over. I got so many games I want to do this with, and I'm going to play as much games as I can going to GMT weekend, so World War III will be out on the table soon. I want to do Guns of August with all the options for old time's sake. I played or talked about playing back in high school. The newer stuff, World War III. Want to do Balance of Power. I'm help create some of the Facebook pages. Luckily, I got help administrating the ones I created, so I won't leave any holes if I end up checking out. So let's get rolling. December 16th, 1944. Ordered, never read it, it's pretty good. Ordered Time of Trumpets to get that. I got about 1 million books in my library that I need to read. But that's one. I got John Toland's Battle of the Bulge. Currently, right now, I'm also, you didn't tune in to hear this, but I'm reading Joe Belkowski's Utah Beach. Because if I'm still around, I'll be at Consum Expo next year playing Death Ride. So, anyways, all right. So, we're going to kick off, best of my ability here. Got the rule book out in front of me. This is the second edition rule book. Got the errata counters on the way, which will be too late for this particular playthrough or game, but we'll see what's next. If I do it again. So let's pull out the advanced sequence of play, and I'm going to kind of go from there. Is the Germans, I'll be doing some low odds attacks. No way is this optimal play. I am a gambler, that's probably why I don't win very many war games. But I figure, hey, this is Battle of the Bulge, right? So, and it's a last desperate gamble. And I am doing the core optional rule. Scorzenzzi with his brigade here. Gonna hold off. Hope I get lucky, roll a 1. Get the von der Heide airdrop. Also doing the optional rule that halves any mech attacks into, I think it's towns or woods. Let's look. Optional rules. Armor attack restrictions. Rule 38. At least one defender's in the ditch. Wood hex. Each armor unit is half strength. Remember, armor units can't even enter the woods. So that is an optional rule. But I took that for some play balance. Also doing last minute demolition of bridges. And we got the commandos are going to go on the, I think they go on the 16 p.m. turn. Excuse me. We're not doing anything that really favors the Germans. I think in most bulge games, the Germans are fairly well prepared. So here's a sequence of play. I am, train effects, all that's back in the rule book. Here we go. So Allied support phase, we skipped that per the turn 1 special rules. There is no final protective fire. Allies are caught by total surprise here. German supply and fort construction, that's not going to happen. There's no reinforcements. Let me look. Yeah, there's no reinforcements for the Germans on the 16 a.m. turn. Remember, the 1st and 12th SS can't move. They were being held in reserve to await a breakthrough. So the first thing that's going to happen is the German movement phase. And I'm going to go through that. I want this replay to be different, and I hope it's going to be probably fairly long. So I hope when I do put it up that somebody watches it. Ground conditions are frozen. There are some other special rules which I'll go over. So we're going to do the movement phase here. And the ground conditions are frozen. Excuse me. So we will proceed. Let's see, am I that much of a gambler? This text would defend at 20 right here. I don't think we have enough to attack even with my gambling. 3, 6, 9, 15, see 19. I could get a 1-to-1. And I don't believe even with the -1 because of the surprise turn, a 1-to-1 is worthwhile. Let's look. Where is it? Where in the heck is the combat results table? This is the back of the rule book. I need to go online and see if, I could have swore this came with a player aid card, but I can't find it. Yeah, so the odds are if I do that, it's going to be a contact result, let's see, or an engaged result. That would be the most likely result of that attack. Now, if I did that in conjunction with 3, 6, whoops, I need my other tweezers I bought at Consum Expo. 3, 6, 9, plus 8, 17, that would be 17 to 10, another 1-to-1. Would I gain anything by doing a contact result out of the gate? I don't believe so. And anytime you move into the Zoc, you can't really get an attack going. So let's see if I can do, we're going to do this. We're going to go 3, It's actually, so one movement point down the road, normally it's less, but on turn one, the Germans can only do that once. So we're going to do 9, go 1, let's see, terrain effects, 2, 3, I believe woods in the frozen for leg. It's a Nubel warfare, they have to be adjacent. Dense woods, 1 movement point. So actually it would be 1, 2, so 9, 15, 18. And the combat results for, let's see, dense woods, not behind a river. It's still a basic combat result. So we got 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. We'll throw this up in case the Allies think they want to get crazy. Oh, wait, I can't combine the cores here, actually. I forgot about that. Whoops, let's back up a minute. So 3, 6, 9. Because I'm playing with the optional, where you get a worse result. But you know what? In this case, I think it might be worth it. So we're going to do 3, 6, 9, 15. This guy up here. 12, 3, 6, 12, 15, 21. Let's get out my magnifying glass. We're going to throw in some artillery. 388, 405. So here's this. Artillery. Let me clip these. I'm a clipper, so you have to be within 4 hexes of defending units. And you mark them by adding them with the attacking units for the rule book. We're going to do that here in just a second. $388, $405. Oh, whoops. Cancer fingers, see? Can't trust them to do anything. Yeah, we got one other artillery, which I think we'll save. Let's see if we want to do this again. We're going to try to optimize 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. Plus 6 is 21. Plus 8 is 29. Nope, gotta throw this in to get that bump up. 402. Let's make sure what does the highest CRT table go to. Let's make sure this makes sense. Yeah, I don't like this. I'm gonna have to make a copy of this. Oh, okay. All right, so 402. Get the old magnifying glass out again. And, oh, we're missing a counter, so not good. All right, well, let me make sure I read that right. Maybe it's 462 or something. Nope, 402. So I'm going to have to, I see because I'm a completionist, I'm going to have to get my, we'll use this blank counter here to make a note. Let me look at what I get over here one last time. 408, 410, 401, 405. This is a secondhand copy of the game I got. And we'll have to make a homemade counter for that later. So let's go ahead and add these 3 into the attack here. All right. So that's all this artillery's committed. I moved this up. We're playing with the core integrity. So this will at least get a -1, but it's going to get a +1 because I'm mixing the cores. Then we want to blow this, try to blow this guy off the out of the way. So we're going to go, be pretty easy. 1, 2. So 15. And that +8. So we'll do the odds when we come back to it. New morphers are not ranged. And we want to try to blow the hole here. So 3, 6, 9. Get this guy in the rough. 16. And we'll include everybody in the attack. Whoop. Oh, that's the wrong core. I don't want to mix cores there. So that's going to be that for that. And then here, be another, this will be a fairly low out. Now let's see, I want to do that. C, these are all C. We want to mainly we could get this guy. Let's see, 1, 2, 2, 9, 16, and we'll do that. Try to see if we can get lucky there. Oh, it's going to take a lot of luck, isn't it? 2 movement points for the rough, even though the ground's frozen. And 401. Let's see. Hopefully I'm not missing any more. There's 401. Throw that artillery in here. Tell I'm not an odds counter usually, which is why I'm also a fairly poor player, I suppose. We're going to try to blow through that unit to get it St. Vith. Then we got this core up here. And we got more. Well, let's see, we got 18. Just so I don't count counters, and here I am counting counters. 38. So we need the 766. These within 4. I think that's this guy right here. Yep. Now we're going to do the, whoops. Ugh, cancer fingers. I hate it. Really sucks. Can't even do the simple shit here without making a mess. There we go. Success. Okay. So here, let's see. This is a poor man's attack. Probably not a good idea. But hey, here we go. And core integrity is preserved. Yep, these are all part of the same core, right? Yes. Okay. And then over here at Vislam, going to do that. That and that. They're all coming at him from across the river. No odds counting yet. $406. This guy right here, need to clip it, but I will take care of that off camera. And then we're gonna do this core here. It's gonna try to come across the river again. Let's see, you got that. Got this. Try to come across here. Okay. All right. So that would be the conclusion of the axis movement phase. Can't, I guess we could push this guy up the road one. This guy could actually go up the road one and still provide fire because he's within 4. Push this guy into the woods there. Same here, that guy. Not gonna push him up, but we will push this artillery up. Okay, so I think we're good to go. All right, so I'm gonna start, I'm gonna go left to right. So we've got, let's see here, the combat results table. Excuse me. Oh, Lord, that sucked. All right, sorry. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go online and see if I can print out a cardstock combat results table or whatnot. Hopefully that's in focus. But I'll make my die rolls off camera and stuff just because I kind of limited in my room here. So we're gonna go left to right. So in the dense woods, it's frozen ground, it's not doubled, so the Allied Americans are gonna defend. This is a regiment of the 99th Infantry Division. I'll do that attack first. Is defending at 5. I got 3, 6, 9, 13, 17, 21, 24, 27. It's a 6-factor Nebelwerfer, so 33 to 5, so that's a 6 to 1. Plus 1, let's go through the modifiers, because like I said, I haven't played this in 40 years. First turn surprise, I get a -1. Concentrated artillery fire, 20 points. No air support. No air defense support. No forts. That's for Allied Defender, +1, +2. For all attacks. Allied air support, nope. Concentrated Allied artillery, no. Germans in improved positions, no. And there's one for the Allies, +1. Okay, so basically it's a straight up die roll. And I had enough for a 6 to 1. And we roll the dice, get a 2. So low is good in this game, I believe. So defender back 4, attacker advance 4. Okay. So the retreat rules basically say the Allies have to end up, this unit has to end up 4 hexes away from where it started. Needs to go to a supply road. So we're going to go 1. And then it has to go down that supply road. 2, 3, and that's not a good result. So we'll go 4, because we're gonna, that's, well, let's see, it has to go towards the supply source, so 4. I don't think this is legal, because, well, technically it is, because it's towards the supply source. Does it have to be the shortest route? That would be the only question I have. So let's go back to the combat results rules, which are in rule 18. So retreats. It's a fairly long rule. Retreat one at a time. So that's to be the shortest route to the supply road or town hex, which we did. Oh, and it says right there, not necessarily the closest one. So that's a legal retreat. And then we can advance after combat. So we'll advance this stack to here. And it's in dense wood, so they don't get to advance the whole. It has to stop right away. And so, you know what we're going to do? We're going to leave. Let's see. No, let's not do that. Let's hang on. Let me look. I try to keep my cores together. If I want to do that, this is part of A core. I don't know that I'm going to want to mix the cores after this. Okay. All right, here we got this part of all. This is all part of B core. They are labeled. You can't really see it, and I can barely see it. So we got 15, 23 to 5. That's a 4 to 1. Minus 1. And I rolled a 4, a 3. 4 to 1. Defender back 2. Attacker advance 1. So he's going to go 1, 2. And I'll go ahead and advance. Protect the Nubelwerfer. And advancing is voluntary, so not a whole lot happening. Let's see. Let's see if we can get this guy. 3. This isn't good. I'm not killing or surrounding anything, so probably I'm not doing very well. So 9, 13, so 20 to 4, 5 to 1. And the minus 1. Whoops. I got a 1, so a 0. I might have got lucky on this one. Defender eliminated. It's a lot of retreat results. I'm just noticing that, except the really high odds. So lesson number 1, probably higher odds, but we do kill this guy. I'm going to put the dead pile up here with the at start, so when I do sort the game, it'll be a little easier to do. And then I can advance 1 hex. So which division here? We got the 18th Volks Grenadier, which I believe is a little stronger than the, almost knocked all these guys over. Whoops, come on. That's all the 12th Volks Grenadier. And we got the 18th here, so they'll advance their 1. And we'll advance a regiment of the 12th and the Nubelwerfers. Here we got a surrounded attack, so 8, 15 if I do that, or I can do, let's do this attack first actually. So 3, 6, 9, I'm not mixing any cores here, they're all part of C. So 9, 16 to 8, 2 to 1 with a -1. And I get a 2. So we like that. So an exchange. So exchange in this game is each side loses 1 unit. So it's going to kill this American, which is the regiment of the 106th Infantry Division, which is historically surrendered. And I lose a regiment of the, who is this? Let's see. The 62nd Volksgrenadier, 119th Regiment. And that's part of C. So put him back on the order of battle. That way when I put it away, I can sort it a little quicker. That being said, so that means I get to advance these guys. And for now, that opens that road up. Now we get this attack. So this is a 1 to 2. Probably not a great idea to do this, but I have to because I'm adjacent. Rolled a 4, so a 3. Attacker back 1. All right, so we'll go 1. And you could advance, but I'm not going to advance. I'm going to stay in that rough terrain. And following the retreat rules, have to go to a supply road and then down that road. Theoretically, like they could advance to here, but I guess no, they'll be out of supply regardless. They might as well hang out in that rough terrain because see, they got Zocs here. So this guy's now cut off. All right, up here we got 8. Got 2 Panzer divisions, it's 116th, so 11, so it's 21. 25 with the artillery. 28. 31 plus 8, 39. Just short of 40. 39 to 8, so 4 to 1. Net die roll modifiers will be a -1 because of the first turn surprise. 4 to 1 -1, and I roll a 3, which becomes a 2. And 4 to 1. So defender back 3, attacker advance 2. So we go 1, 2, 3. And we can advance down the road. So we'll advance the, I'm going to check the advance rolls because advancing into the rough, I don't believe you have to stop. Let's make sure because maybe if we do, we won't do that. Advance, we'll advance the infantry down the road instead of into the rough. So advance after combat. Advancing is always voluntary. Can't advance mechanized in the dense woods. Yeah, so you have to stop your advance as soon as you enter rough. And the Zoc. Let's see, I want to look at one thing here really quick still. I should have finished reading that. Well, I could. I want to see if it's down the road, does it matter? I did highlight it, so. Yeah. So we're not going to advance Panzer Division because unless it's along the path of a road, I'd have to stop because of the advance. But these guys don't have to stop. I can advance my 2. 1, 2. It was advance 2, right? Got a 2 result. Yeah, 4 to 1. Attacker advance 2. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Not doing so hot, are we? Excuse me. Okay, here you got a 5, 10, attacking with 20, 26, the artillery support, 30, 37, 44, so 4 to 1, with a -1. Ugh, 6, that's a 5. And we get a contact result. So what a contact result is, this is working out actually well. Basically nothing happens, they stay in place. Of course, the Allies, if they're going to stay there, they'll have to attack. That's not going to happen. In their turn. All right, then we got this little pooch attack here. We got 12, 17, 22 to 10 because they're behind the river. So 2 to 1 -1. A 2, that's a good result. Defender back 2, attacker advance 1. So yeah, it will advance this guy into Cliff. But I'll be able to cross the river now. You can, if this was mech, you couldn't do that. So not a bad result. Probably gonna end up trying to rebuild that bridge. Like I said, this may be a horrible turn for the Germans, but I'm having fun, and I'm getting to demonstrate to you the different combat results. All right, so we got 3, 6, 11, 15, 18, whoops. 23, 28, so 36 to 10 behind the river. Ooh, and he's in the rough. Is that cumulative? That's a great question. I don't know the answer to. Oh, you know what? I did look this up earlier. It's just doubled. They're not cumulative. I believe it even says it in the chart here. If it's not a town, a rough terrain, and all attacking units are in any hex. So that's what the net combat says. If you read that, and it shows they're doubled. So they're worth 10. And what did I say? I believe I had 2 to 1 with a 10, right? 3, 6, 11, 14, plus 4 is 19, 24, 29, 37. Oh, I got 37 to 10, so 3 to 1. All right, here's the dice. -1 with a 3 to 1. I roll a 2. Gets me a 1. This is a pretty good dice for this. So defender back 3, attacker advance 2. So he's going to go 1. Can't because it's out of Zoc, right, towards the supply road. 2, and then they have to continue down that supply road towards the supply source. And the supply sources are basically the 3 edges for the Allies. And I can advance 2. So this stack with the Nubelwerfer. And the first hex has to be the vacated hex. I'm going to go 1, 2. These guys are crossing the river. So they'd have to stop. Oh, and it's rough, not along a road. And there again, chemo finger strikes again. All right. Advance into the rough there and stop. That's that. So we get a little breakthrough action there. I'm not doing that great, I don't think. But hey, you know, it is what it is, right? So we got 3, 6, plus 8 is 14. Get this guy out of the way. 17, 20, 24 to 14. That's a 1-to-1. They're doubled being behind the river. -1. I rolled a 1. Man, I love this dice for this game. So it's 1-to-1. It's going to be an exchange. So that was kind of a big break, right? Get rid of the, what is this? What unit is this? Let's look. Where's my magnifying glass, man? Being 58. 9th Armored Division, Combat Command A. So I'll put that up here in the at starts. And we're going to advance 1, and we're crossing the river, so we got to stop. But we'll do 2 regiments plus the new Bulwerfers. Get those new Bulwerfers across the river there. And that may be another bridge that well, I don't know. It's not, maybe not, because this is with the 7th Army area. Okay, so that's German combat. What's next after German combat? I believe we go into the Allied turn, right? Movement, combat, engineer phase. May repair and or destroy bridges. Now, does that mean, I guess, the nuances, let's look. Bridge construction. At least 1 mech or infantry class unit must remain in the hex and can't move during the next friendly movement phase. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. So that means this guy, how you mark it, do this. You flip the destroyed bridge over to the construction side. Put the unit that's doing it on top, and in my next turn, I can't move or anything. And at the end of the 16 p.m. turn, that will be one of the 9 rebuilt bridges for the Germans. I don't think, since we kind of got this going, and I think we're legal for supply here, even though it's across a river. Let's look that up. We don't need to rebuild that bridge. Let's see. Supply. Yeah, the fuel dumps are important, but not till later in the game. Supply, Rule 12. All right. A tour road can't be more than 3 hexes long. Okay, so I think we're good. Yeah, I don't see anything here about the river. So it looks like we're good to go there. For next turn, I'm kind of looking ahead. So yeah, I'm going to advance like I did across the river. All right, so that's the engineering phase. Allied turn, so no reinforcements. So Allied movement phase. Well, let's see what we're going to do here. Oh boy, Ellsbourne Ridge, huh? Excuse me. Excuse me. Well, put this guy in the rough. Well, actually, let's do this here. Hang on. I'm going to put this guy behind the river, so he's doubled. Actually, put him here. The Allies, Germans won't be able to cross here. Right now, he's got a route like this up to St. Vith. Let's see what we got to cover that. Can't. This guy's out of supply. fact, he's going to be isolated. So we need a clipper because we're going to have to mark at least one ally. I think one. Yeah, we got one allied unit that's isolated. Out of supply, so we'll look up the results. What are the effects of being out of supply? I forgot. Whoops, gosh darn it. I knew that was going to happen eventually. Mark him isolated. Let's look. Supply 12 again. I gotta tell you, it's a lot of fun, man. I haven't played this in so long. You know, it's great to be 58 and have a hobby where you can go back and be 12 years old for a few minutes. Usually can't trace supplier isolated. Attack at half strength. They defend at full strength. And they have 2 movement points. So, all right. His movement ability is going to be pretty limited, which you'll see here in a minute anyways. So I need to figure out, let's go ahead and try to move him. So you can't move from Zoc to Zoc in the same unit, but you can leave a Zoc, and it costs 2 movement points. Frozen, rough, infantry, let's double check. Rough, 1 movement point, but he has to stop immediately upon entering a Zoc. So he kind of amoeba wars over there, I guess. All right, that still means that this road's open to here to get to St. Vith. So do I have a way to close that? Let's see, so quarter movement point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Get me to here. That's a good stop. We'll put this guy behind the river. So that'll put him in the rough, actually. Covers both those bridges, and he's doubled still. Let's see. Ellsbourne Ridge looks pretty solid here. I don't think we're going to get a breakthrough. We got this guy here. Got to put this guy in the woods. Leave him there. Yeah, leave that there. Oh, yeah, can't move artillery on the first turn. So we got that going on. This guy's going to pull back. I'll pull back to here, get behind the river. Yeah, this is looking like a pretty poor German attack, I think, if I do say so myself. But let's see. So where do we want... Oh boy, we're in trouble, aren't we? Oh, we get that handle, we get that handle. Why don't we send this guy? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Into the woods there, or rough there by Wiltz. Actually, we can go 16 because it's on armor unit. It's quarter. Could actually get all the way to there. And then this guy can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. This guy can stay in place. He might get isolated, but he's on this flank here, which is where Patton's guys will eventually come on. Okay, I believe we have to do an attack. We're still adjacent, so this will be halved. So 2. Oh boy, might be better off just staying there, huh? 2 to 6, 1 to 3. And modifiers. There's no artillery support, nothing. So 1 to 3. Roll to 3. Attacker back 2. Defender advance 1. And that's going to eliminate this guy because he can't retreat without being in the Zoc. I guess. Did I have any? Well, if I would have rolled a 1, I would have got an engaged result. That would have been the best result I could have got. All right. So that actual engineering phase, we'll do that here in just a second. Oh, we can't blow bridges on the first turn. So there's going to be no chance to blow any bridges. But it was a pretty limited German advance. I'm really enjoying this. This completes the 16 a.m. turn. Oh, the Allies do have one labeled 16M. Assembled at Herv, CC2. May not move until released or attacked. 17 a.m. Okay, so Verve, so we've got a infantry regiment here. Yeah, CC2 is right here. There we go. All right, so that guy's in place. It's not released. He gets released when the Von der Heip battalion lands. If there's no allied units from Rochefort Trinket, or if I moved adjacent to Ellsbourne, or it's the 19 a.m. turn. And none of those apply at all. So that completes the 19 a.m. turn. Let's see where these guys are here. No, it really doesn't matter, but I do want to put them back up here. All right. Well, that's turn 1. Turn 1 is in the books. So I think, shoot, we're at almost an hour here if you've been with me the whole time. So I think I covered the rules that were pertinent to the turn for the combat. Artillery support, remember, within 4 hexes. All the defenders have to be within 4. You place artillery, offensive artillery support. The Germans can't do final protective fire. There is an optional rule for that. And we're not done yet. I get the roll for the 7-4 guys disguised as Americans here. Looking to roll a 1, and I roll a 3. So what that means is they don't get to do their little blitz movement through the Allied lines and pretend they're Americans. So that means that they stay where they're at, and next turn they will participate as a regular German unit. Yeah, they get some captured Shermans and whatnot, but Skorzenzi doesn't get to run any kind of rampant weird stuff. So anyways, thank you for joining me. I really appreciate it. It's super helpful. Need to try to go get some sleep, I guess. That's why I sleep all day. I got no schedule. It's almost 5 in the morning here. So anyways, thank you all. I'll be working on another video tomorrow. I'm at least going to play out a few turns of this before, like I said, I got to start prepping for my World War III game. But I do want to try to make sure I cover the majority of the rules. So we'll see. I may even play a couple turns offline just to then catch you up as I play through whatever turn I'm on. So we didn't get any engaged results, which was a little surprising. You got to see retreats, advance after combat, and exchange and eliminated. And and then of course advance and retreat rules. I think I went over that. So that being said, the Allies were actually in, I think, really good shape. Obviously, I didn't do the ideal attacks. At least I don't know. We'll see. It's been 40 years since I played. So, hey, thank you for joining me. It really means so much to me and for me, the wargaming, me and my wife, all the support and love everybody's shown us. And hopefully you check my video out. If you like it, please like and subscribe. Stuck with me this long, I'm hoping you do. And be well until part 4, huh? We'll see you soon. Bye.